Somewhere in Florida, Carol opened her credit card statement and froze. Over $400 gone. Not on bills. Not on essentials. But on candles, clothes, and creams that promised to reverse time. She didn't even remember half the purchases. Carol is 66. She's retired. On a fixed income. And in that quiet moment, with the hum of the fridge and the weight of regret, her biggest fear crept in. What if I can't afford to grow old? She's not alone. Thousands of women across the country are quietly overspending, not out of callousness but out of habit, loneliness, or desire to feel like themselves again. But what if the answer isn't in another purchase, but in what we choose to stop buying? Before we continue, don't just watch and scroll past. Support this growing community of smart, stylish, strong women over 50. Tap the subscribe button on your screen right now, and let's take back control of our money, our space, and our confidence together. If that story feels even a little too familiar, you're not alone. Thousands of women over 50 are quietly overspending, not out of recklessness but from routine, pressure, or the hope that one more purchase might bring joy. But instead of satisfaction, many are left with clutter and regret. Welcome to Eversmart Senior Women, where we don't just talk about saving money. We talk about saving ourselves from habits that no longer serve us, from the noise of more, and from the silent pressure to stay relevant through what we buy. This is your space to reset, rethink, and reclaim what truly matters. You've given so much to others. Now it's time to give back to yourself, wisely, beautifully, and with purpose. In today's video, I'll walk you through 7 things I stopped buying, and the unexpected things I gained instead. Some saved me real money. Others gave me something more valuable: clarity, control, and peace of mind. These are quiet shifts with powerful results. And one change, the last one, didn't just save me money. It completely changed how I live, how I think, and how I feel in my own space. Stick with me, because this isn't about sacrifice. It's about freedom. Let's dive in. Number 1. Impulse decor buys. Carol used to buy little things every time she went out. A decorative sign here, a sparkly vase there, and floral centerpieces that changed with the seasons. The shelves were never empty. In fact, every surface in her home was dressed up, themed, color-matched, and yet something always felt off. She thought decorating was supposed to bring comfort, to make her home feel warm and inviting. But over time, the space began to feel overwhelming. Not cozy, cluttered. Not personal, performative. It was as if she was curating a store shelf, not a sanctuary. And deep down, she wasn't buying for the house. She was buying for herself. For the days she felt invisible. For the nights she felt alone. For those quiet fears that whispered, "I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough." But here's what changed everything. One day, Carol paused before picking up yet another seasonal trinket. And she asked herself, what do I actually want this room to feel like? Not look like, feel like. That question shifted everything. She began clearing off surfaces. She kept only the pieces that held meaning, memories, or peace. Suddenly, the room looked calmer, and more importantly, she felt calmer. What she gained wasn't just more space. She gained permission to stop performing. She gained stillness, focus, and the sense that her home was finally reflecting her true self. Not trends, not seasons, not store displays. And maybe, just maybe, that's worth more than any decor haul. Have you ever bought something small just to fill a space or a feeling? Let me know in the comments. Your story might help someone pause before their next purchase. Number 2. Fast fashion finds. Every sale felt like a small victory. Tops for $7, sweaters for $12. It felt like Carol had cracked the code to looking good on a budget. Each trip to the store gave her a quick thrill, like she was treating herself without guilt. But the joy was always short-lived. A few washes in, the neckline would stretch. The sweater would sag. A button would pop off. Slowly, her closet filled with clothes she didn't love and didn't wear. That's when the truth hit her. She wasn't shopping out of need. She was shopping out of habit. Out of boredom. Out of that subtle, silent pressure that says, you need something new to feel relevant. And for women over 60, that message runs deep. Dress younger. Hide your body. Keep up, even when your spirit is asking for simplicity. But Carol got tired not just of cheap clothes but of pretending. So she did something radical. She stopped shopping sales. Instead, she went through her wardrobe and kept only what made her feel elegant, not younger but wiser. Not trendy but timeless. She started buying fewer pieces, made with care and comfort in mind. A blouse that fit her shoulders just right. A pair of pants that moved with her body, not against it. And for the first time in years, she looked in the mirror and didn't feel like she was trying. She felt like herself. Her closet is smaller now, but it's no longer full of noise. It's full of choices that reflect who she is, not who she used to be, or who ads tried to convince her to become. Have you ever bought clothes on impulse, then wondered why they never felt quite right? Share your story in the comments. Let's talk about what true style after 60 really means in real life, not in store windows. Number 3. Single-use kitchen gadgets. Carol loved her kitchen, or at least she used to, before it became a maze of gadgets. Avocado slicers, electric egg cookers, a spiralizer for zucchini she only used once. Every drawer was crammed, every shelf cluttered, and somehow the more tools she had, the less she actually cooked. At first, she thought the gadgets would make things easier. A shortcut here, a specialty item there. But over time, they just made the space feel chaotic. She'd open a drawer and get frustrated before she even found the spatula. That's when she realized all these conveniences were actually stealing her joy. They weren't making life smoother. They were making it noisier. So she got honest with herself. She pulled out every gadget and asked one simple question: have I used this in the last year? If the answer was no, it went in the donation box. Within an afternoon, half her kitchen tools were gone. But something surprising happened. Cooking felt fun again. Without the distraction of unnecessary tools, she reconnected with the basics: a sharp knife, a good pan, a wooden spoon. She began trying old recipes again. Slow, thoughtful meals. Not because she had to, but because she wanted to. She no longer felt like she was battling her kitchen just to make a simple meal. She felt at home in it. Sometimes more stuff doesn't equal more ease. It just means more to clean, store, and stress about. And when you're over 60, peace in your space is priceless. Have you ever opened a drawer and realized you own things you've never used, but still hold on to just in case? Tell me in the comments, what's one kitchen item you regret buying, and what did you replace it with? Number 4. Trendy beauty products. Carol's bathroom shelf looked like a mini department store. Jars, tubes, bottles, all promising miracles. Erase 10 years in 2 weeks. Instant lift. Age rewind technology. She bought them all. Not out of vanity, but out of quiet fear, the fear so many women feel after 60. That time is winning and the mirror is proof. But every product brought the same routine. Hope. Disappointment. Guilt. Some stung. Others clogged her pores. Most just sat there half-used. Month after month, she watched her bank account shrink while her confidence didn't grow. And one day, while tossing another $45 jar in the trash, something inside her snapped. Why was she trusting ads more than her own experience? Why was she letting strangers profit from her insecurities? That afternoon, she made a bold decision: simplify. She researched ingredients, not promises. She found 3 products: gentle, proven, affordable. A cleanser that respected her skin barrier. A moisturizer with ceramides, not perfume. And sunscreen, her new best friend. Within weeks, her skin felt calmer. More importantly, she stopped chasing perfection. She looked in the mirror and saw her, not the younger her, not the magazine version, but the woman she actually was. And that woman looked strong. Alive. Enough. She didn't just save hundreds of dollars. She saved herself from the trap of never enough. Have you ever bought into a beauty promise that left you feeling empty? Let's talk in the comments. What truly works for your skin and what did you finally let go? Number 5. Bulk groceries for a household that's long gone. For years, Carol's shopping cart was packed like she was feeding an army. Jumbo cereal boxes, family-sized packs of meat, loaves of bread stacked 2 at a time. It was muscle memory from when the house was full, kids racing through the kitchen, grandkids visiting on weekends, and leftovers that never lasted long. But those days had changed. Now she lived alone. And yet she still shopped the same. Old habits are hard to break, especially when they're tied to love. Buying in bulk made her feel prepared, like she was still providing. But week after week she found herself throwing food away. Moldy bread, wilted greens, expired yogurt. Not only was she wasting money, but she also felt guilty and strangely lonely. Because every half-eaten bag and rotting fruit whispered the same thing. They're not coming back this week. That moment hit hard. So she made a quiet shift, smaller baskets, more intentional choices. She started planning for her, not for the past. She bought ingredients she actually craved. Discovered the joy of fresh herbs and small batch cooking. She even began shopping at a local market, chatting with the vendor who remembered her name. Her fridge stopped feeling like a storage unit and started feeling like hers. Every shelf told a story of what she loved now, not what she used to cook for everyone else. She didn't just gain fresher meals and less waste. She gained a sense of presence, ownership, and a soft kind of healing. Have you found yourself buying like the old days, even when life looks different now? Share your experience in the comments. What did you stop buying and what did you gain? Number 6. Guilt-driven gifts. For Carol, giving gifts wasn't just a habit, it was a survival tactic. Birthdays, baby showers, housewarmings, retirements, she never missed a date. She gave to stay remembered. She gave to feel needed. She gave to keep her seat at the table. A basket here, a gift card there. Sometimes a new phone for a grandchild. Other times, things she couldn't really afford but couldn't bear to say no to. No one asked her to go overboard. But something inside whispered, if I stop showing up with things, will they still see me as important? It wasn't generosity. It was guilt. And it cost her more than money. At the end of each month, she'd quietly shuffle bills, skip outings, delay her own dental appointment. She smiled at parties but sighed when she got home. She was giving from an empty cup, and nobody noticed it was draining her. Then came a moment, a birthday party she almost didn't attend because she couldn't afford the kind of gift she thought was expected. She stayed home and cried. Not because she missed the party, but because she realized she had let guilt control her life. That was her turning point. She stopped buying out of obligation. She started setting limits and communicating them with grace. Instead of store-bought gifts, she began writing letters, baking simple cakes, offering help that actually mattered. The surprise? People valued her presence even more. She showed up fully, without resentment or fear. Giving became joyful again, not exhausting. She gained more than savings. She gained boundaries, confidence, and a deeper kind of connection rooted in truth, not transactions. Have you ever felt pressure to give just to stay accepted? Let's talk about it in the comments. What did you stop giving and how did it change you? Number 7. Forgotten subscriptions. It started with a glance at her credit card bill. Carol noticed a $9.99 charge, something called Wellness Plus. She didn't recognize it. Had to Google it. Turns out she subscribed to it 8 months ago and never used it once. Then she looked deeper. A streaming service she barely watched. A monthly skincare box she'd meant to cancel. A magazine that went straight to the recycling bin. A meditation app she opened twice. The total? Nearly $50 every month. That's over $600 a year, silently slipping through her fingers. She felt frustrated, even a little ashamed. These weren't luxury splurges. They were silent leaks, easy to forget, harder to stop. But this time she didn't look away. She opened every app, every account. She dug through emails and receipts. She hit cancel like her future depended on it. And it kind of did. She wasn't just reclaiming money. She was reclaiming control. Because behind each forgotten subscription was a forgotten habit. Signing up because it felt hopeful. Keeping it because it felt easier. Letting it stay because she didn't want to face the truth. But now, no more digital clutter. No more silent guilt when the bill came in. She gained clarity, seeing exactly where her money was going. She gained confidence, knowing she could make empowered decisions even with small things. And she gained peace of mind because each dollar now had purpose. It's not about the $9.99. It's about what you're trading for it month after month. So tell me, have you ever canceled something and felt instantly lighter? What's the one subscription you don't miss at all? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's clean up those money leaks together. Letting go didn't leave Carol feeling deprived. It left her feeling powerful. Every time she said no to something she didn't need, a gadget, a subscription, a guilt-driven gift, she was saying yes to her peace of mind, her financial freedom, and her dignity. The fear of not having enough was real. But what surprised her most? She already had enough. She just had to stop spending like she didn't. Now it's your turn. What's one thing you stopped buying, and what did you gain instead? It could be peace, space, money, or even freedom. Share your story in the comments. You never know, your simple change might spark someone else's breakthrough. If this video made you think, don't stop here. You've taken the first step toward a lighter, smarter lifestyle. And remember to tap subscribe for more uplifting, practical content. Right here on Eversmart Senior Women, where living better never goes out of style. Thanks for watching.